Angel Reese says WNBA players could go on strike over salary and benefits.
If we don't get paid what we deserve, we will sit out or strike. Angel Reese's declaration has generated a passionate debate, but what follows will demolish everything you thought you knew about league finances. Patrick Bet-David's response completely crushed her case with cold, hard facts nobody expected coming. And guess what? The reality behind this controversy will leave you surprised.
The ones coming this year will still be on the rookie contract again. The ones that the year after, they're going to get more. They probably going to be making more than us.
No, they are.
Who's that?
I'm hurt.
They are. Like, yeah. I've been in the meetings. They are.
I need to get in the field.
You need to come to the meetings.
I got to get in the meetings because I'm hearing like, yeah, they don't give us, if y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sitting out.
That's a possibility, for real.
We're sitting out.
She straight up threatened that WNBA players would sit out games if they don't get paid more. Yeah, you heard that right. Angel Reese, the youngster who barely entered the league, is already talking about a strike. Patrick couldn't believe his ears when he heard this. And honestly, can you blame him?
You know what I love watching? I love watching her highlights of missing shots. She's got to be the worst shooter you've met in your life. But go, Rob, just go, give this feedback. Give this feedback here. Go for it.
Take a look at what Angel said about her WNBA circumstances.
Want to get paid. Possibility. Reese has been vocal about her low WNBA salary, revealing her $74,000 a year salary doesn't cover rent, stating on Instagram Live, I just hope you know that the WNBA doesn't pay my bills at all. I don't even think they pay one of my bills. Reese's financial struggles stem from WNBA salary not matching her past earnings, as her NIL valuation at LSU was $1.8 million, bolstered by deals with Reebok, PlayStation, McDonald's, and Coach, while a 4-year rookie deal was $324,000 with $74,000 due next season.
Did you catch that? She stated her rookie wage is only $74,000 a year, which sounds like a lot to regular folks. But in major cities where WNBA teams play, it doesn't even cover her basic needs. Like rent. Imagine going into a professional league with sky-high expectations and immediate financial pressure pressing on your shoulders. This hits particularly harder when you consider Angel was making around $8 million at LSU from name, image, and likeness deals with brands like Reebok, PlayStation, and McDonald's. Now she's committed to a 4-year rookie contract, earning just $324,000 total, roughly $81,000 each year. She's earning less than 5% of what she made while still in school.
Not basketball sustain her, especially since the WNBA's $200 million revenue last season only allocated 9.3% to salaries, unlike the NBA's 50% share of the $5.3 billion in 2023. Adam, thoughts?
This economic contradiction explains why Angel famously remarked, hating pays them debts. Her Instagram following and the controversy surrounding her bring her more money than her real basketball contract. Her situation reflects the financial struggles many WNBA players confront. Patrick Bet-David was surprised by Angel's strike threat. How can players from a league that has never earned a profit demand higher salaries? He pointed out that most businesses losing money shut down instead of raising pay. The growing frustration over the large compensation gap between WNBA and NBA players has fueled this argument, yet the sad reality remains. The WNBA simply isn't profitable. Adam. The conversation took an eye-opening turn when Adam brought up strike history in professional sport.
WNBA and what's her name? Angel Reese. Do it. I fully support your right to strike. So other sports have done it. So other major sports have done it. Here's a quick list for you, PBD. I put this together. Biggest sports strikes in history. 1994, the MLB strike. It was the first time that the World Series was canceled.
I remember.
You remember that? In 1998, the NBA went on strike. They canceled the All-Star game for the first time. The NFL has gone on strike multiple times. 1982, 1987, 2011.
While the MLB, NBA, NFL, and NHL have all successfully gone on strike before, there's one major difference between those leagues and the WNBA that makes Angel's threat virtually laughable. They were really making money when they went on strike. The WNBA, they're hemorrhaging cash at an astounding rate.
Here's the catch when you're going to go on strike. In 1994, MLB, NBA, NFL, what's the number one revenue sport in America? What do you think it is? The NFL. How much do you think they make? $17 billion. The NBA, a little over $11 billion. The MLB, also $11 billion. The NHL, $7 billion.
B, David presented the harsh financial truth. The WNBA is currently losing $50 million every single year. It's like trying to run a marathon with your shoelaces tied together. They simply can't get any financial traction. The disparity becomes painfully evident when you look at other leagues. The NFL produces a mind-blowing $17 billion annually. The NBA and MLB, they're both raking in over $11 billion each. Meanwhile, the WNBA barely scrapes together $150 million in revenue and yet manages to lose money on top.
You guys are a alleged $150 to $200 million company. You're operating at a loss every single year. You've never made money. It's called a zombie company. You're subsidized.
This financial calamity isn't new. The WNBA has been losing money consistently since 1997, over 2.5 decades of losses. The problem is actually increasing with losses, jumping from $40 million last year to a projected $50 million this year. Despite increased attention and attendance, you're subsidized by the NBA. Patrick dubbed the WNBA a zombie firm, a business that should have failed years ago, but somehow continues to shamble along, kept alive only through financial life support. From the NBA,
you're subsidized by the NBA.
Part of the problem is scale. The WNBA runs with just 13 teams each playing only 40 games per season. Compare that to the NBA's 30 teams playing 82 games each. They're operating at a fraction of the capacity needed. For substantial revenue generation.
Trivia question for you, Vinny. Real quick, rapid fire.
Go.
WNBA stats. Here we go. You're a sports guy. How many teams are in the WNBA?
I don't, 9?
No, 13. How many games do they play?
80?
40.
Damn it.
Who won the championship this year and who played in the finals?
The Florida Magics.
No, the New York Liberty beat the Minnesota Lynx.
Who?
Who exactly?
What's especially telling is the wage structure. In the NBA, players receive roughly 50% of league revenue, a reasonable share that yet leaves teams profitable. The WNBA players get just 3% of money. Before you think that's unfair, realize there's barely any revenue to split in the first place. Even with this modest proportion, teams still can't generate a profit, while the WNBA's financial woes continue to mount. An unexpected war has erupted between NBA and WNBA players. Did you see the furious discussion between WNBA legend Lisa Leslie and Warrior star Draymond Green? It absolutely showed the underlying tension that's been brewing between these two leagues for years.
MVP. She was unanimous. She got all the votes.
Dylan Mulvaney.
Yes.
Yes.
Aja Wilson.
Oh.
You just failed the test,
I'm
buddy.
sorry.
WNBA is coming for you.
Lisa Leslie sparked uproar with her suggestion that NBA players may help support WNBA salaries, suggesting maybe one night y'all don't go to the casino. This comment provoked a heated reaction from Draymond Green, who voiced apparent irritation at the suggestion.
There's a viral clip of Draymond Green basically lecturing one of the greatest players in NBA history, WNBA history. I think it's Lisa Leslie.
Green fired back with intensity. It pisses me off because I don't think there's anyone in America that supports the WNBA more than NBA players. His emotional response highlighted the intricate dynamics between the leagues.
Ourselves to the NBA, but I do feel like the pay gap would be something that, we could just take a donation around the NBA. Maybe one night y'all don't go to the casino.
Yet despite these battles, an unexpected hero is emerging. The WNBA just experienced a championship wave of fan support with 3 million spectators attending games, a startling 48% rise from last year. At the center of this attendance explosion stands rookie sensation, Caitlin Clark, who has captivated basketball fans worldwide. But here's when things get strange. Instead of embracing Clark as their pathway to financial success, several WNBA veterans appear hesitant to her popularity. Patrick Bet-David highlighted this relationship when he cautioned WNBA players they best pray that Caitlin Clark doesn't get injured. Since she's keeping your league...
I have something on this, though, because it pisses me off. It pisses me off because I don't think there's anyone in America that supports the WNBA more than NBA players.
100%.
The NBA players support the WNBA like
The most.
more than we probably support the NBA.
This should be a moment when everyone rallies around what's working, but instead we're seeing tension where some WNBA players seem frustrated by Clark's popularity. Meanwhile, they continue, pressing for increased salaries despite the league's persistent financial struggles.
You choose, you should probably look at what the career earnings are of going into that field. What I'll also say is this: every single one of you WNBA players, you better pray that Caitlin Clark doesn't get injured, because she's keeping your league afloat.
Now, they're making progress in losses year after year. Then in classic Patrick Flair, he asked ChatGPT a simple but devastating question. Do WNBA players make money even if they don't play the answer? Yes, why? Because the NBA keeps pouring money into their league just to keep it afloat. And here's the kicker. If WNBA players do go on strike, the NBA might not even care. In fact, it could be a comfort relieving some financial weight off their shoulders.
And what they need, and by the way, maybe they should play hard, but not flagrant foul. You know, Caitlin Clark, can be, the face of the league. They may not like it's the face of the league. There may be professional jealousies among players, but maybe at face of the league can help things go and get merch, people in seats, and a better TV contract. They're getting a TV contract improvement for the 26th season next year.
The situation becomes even more confusing when you understand NBA players already support the WNBA financially through the parent organization. This happens just as Caitlin Clark provides unprecedented visibility to women's basketball.
Okay, let me show you this. I got it. So, Rob, go to ChatGPT and play the following. Type the following thing. How much did the WNBA lose in 2024? You can type that up. How much did the
$40
WNBA
million.
So 40 lose in 2024. They lost 40 million. Year before was 50 million. So it's some progress that they're making.
Yeah.
From the 40-50.
Progress.
The enormous attendance increase proves spectators are interested in women's basketball when offered with compelling stars. However, attendance alone isn't alleviating the financial challenges. Even with more packed arenas than ever, the league's losses continue growing, demonstrating the complexity of this business predicament. Those packed arenas might look impressive on TV, but they're hiding a 25-year financial nightmare nobody wants to talk about. While the WNBA celebrates record-breaking attendance, the business fundamentals remain broken at the core. And Tom from Valuetainment just delivered the tough reality check that changes everything about this conversation.
Watch this here. To address the financial situation, I ask, the WNBA is... Rob, if you go up and ask the other question as well. Ask, is it true that the WNBA makes money when they don't play? Is it true that the WNBA makes money when they don't play? Ask that question.
What does that mean?
Yes. In a way, the WNBA has historically lost money and receives financial support from the NBA, which means that the WNBA games are not played. The league can actually save money by avoiding operating costs. Did you guys understand what happened right there?
Yeah.
So WNBA makes money when so if they go on a strike, the NBA is like, awesome.
Tom exposed the uncomfortable truth when he said the NBA views the WNBA as a marketing expense. They're willing to lose money on it for PR and social reasons, not because it's a viable business. Entire league exists as a corporate social responsibility project, rather than a self-sustaining sports enterprise. The sad reality is you can't demand a greater slice of a pie that doesn't exist. As Tom perfectly explained, until the team earns a profit, if there is no revenue, you can't get a % of anything. It's fundamental business math that gets lost in emotional arguments over pay equality. But there's a gleam of light the league seems determined to overlook.